during a blackout because the show must go on. Well, right now we got to try to find some petrol. That's not something you see in Texas. Safe and sound back home, but no fuel. Everything is screwed to the pallet. It can't slip off, boxed in, covered up, and everything is in there and ready for you. Of course, if you have any questions, I'd be more than glad to answer them. Hey, here's hardware. So I'm just going to sit it here on top because we got to get the rest of that stuff to bag up, and we'll put in there. I'm glad I seen that. But I'll run around. I always double check. All right, brother. Have a good evening. Stay warm. Talk to y'all later. All right, so we're going to try to finish this crate for the Tote Gote build, Mr. Chad, and give you a little information in this video along the way. Good question. I think there's a shot. Push it back. You'll roll. Okay, my brother, we got the pallet repaired, and we've got this blocked up. I want to go over a couple of things real quick before we get any further. So in the back there is a retainer screw there and a retainer screw there, and let me back up here. That is the back of the tailgate. There's also a retainer screw there and there in the bed, holding all of that down to the pallet. So you need to remove those 4 screws, and those 4 screws you are going to need, where is it? The T25 star bit. That thing finally gave out after all this time. So now we are going to remove parts from the Gote and start dismantling it to install it into transfer mode so it will all fit in the trailer. We'll be back with more information after this short station identification. Okay, so you're going to need to ease this off, which we're going to store there, and that'll just slide back into place, and you put 1 set screw in it to your adjustment that works for you. There's your screw. Go ahead and put that screw back in there and let it live in there. Same thing's going to happen over here, except you don't have to remove this. Just remove screw A and screw B from brake C. Right? These back here. So we've got one that's a quick release. That one's pretty self-explanatory. Okay. This one over here, we have a nut and bolt holding it together, and it does go on the right side. The one that you want a nut and bolt goes on the right side or the starboard side of the vehicle, and the quick release goes on the left side or port side of the vehicle. When you remove the quick release can and the one on the starboard side, the draw tight hitch will slide out of place. I'm going to set up a tripod and camera, but my camera batteries are all extinguished or expired or exhausted or whatever it says. So we are going to have to do some quick phone handheld stuff. So we've got this part here, Mr. Chad, is attached to the trailer, to the bed of the trailer, and it snaps underneath there to lock. I've got all of those bolts separated in this bag for you. And this one here I'll have marked for all trailer axle parts. So this should go back together for you real easy. But I got to set the camera down and get the axle and the wheels off. Alright, I've got to admit, I do feel a little bad. Some people not having any power at all. We're down here running grinders. Well, it's kind of raining / not sleeting. It's not even enough to snow. So, I do a couple of things to get back to the Gote. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 areas where you put your rivets to hold this plate in place. It's real simple and self-explanatory. Okay, Mr. Chad, this here, just run this back down right here with a zip tie around it. The brake lever, you need to push through here, and the fork, it's a little bit of a tight fit, but it will make it. That way it won't get pinched and it'll be out of your way. If I forget to tell you, that's your off switch. Okay, Chad, that is a 24 millimeter head on the bolt on the top and 24 millimeter head on the nut on the bottom. You want to put some heavy grease on that when you reassemble. Huh? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, this here goes on the tongue of the trailer. On the bottom of this, I put what part goes to the front, and this is the front trailer support. Right here, it says to the front of the bed with an arrow, and let's see here. These are the axle supports for the trailer. There are pieces of metal in there at about a 45-degree angle to go from this side all the way to the other. This will slide in there, one from each side. Now, if you notice, right here it says front right. The other one should say front left, or well, it can only go one way after that. So there you go. This is a must. You will install these first on the trailer, okay? Then you will install this piece, okay? Before you install the axle, get this in your hand. The axle will go through from one side of the trailer, come out this side over here, and then it must go through this. Let's see if I can lay that out a little bit. So that there is right front. That there is left front. You see what I'm saying? Then the axle slides through there, goes through the tongue, and into this one. The trailer support. We'll go to the bottom of the trailer that way. That will sit like that. Axle will go through the front of the tongue, and that one will sit like that. Okay, Mr. Jordan has just pulled out the lock bolt. You can't put it through there. We're taking the draw tight out. We'll put them inside the cans. And we're also going to send your touch-up paints, and we'll put those in the Army cans as well, so you'll have plenty of touch-up paint for the Gote. The green is all Krylon camouflage OD green. There's only one color of it, and the white is a chalk white exterior. There's the camo, and then we got to find that chalk. The chalk white might be over here. I want to touch up the star and do some touch up on the green and stuff before we pack everything down. Let's see here. Let me open this up. Yeah, there we go. And there is your white. Well, it's not. There we go. Chalk finish. Classic white. Another can of camo. Alrighty. Chad, I did not think about this during the build. The oil drain, which we've got to ship this thing dry. There's one in the front of the block right there. That's a 10 millimeter, and then there's one in the back. And we figured it'd make less mess in the back. If you remove one of these before you put this together and go down and get this, I think this is just normal pipe thread. And if you get, I can't remember, 1/4 or 3/8, I just don't remember the size. You can get it matched up though, and put a measure for a small piece of pipe with a 90 degree in it with a plug, and then that way it'll stick straight out the bottom, and you can open that plug up, you know, when the engine's warm and the oil's warm, open that plug up, all of the oil will just pour straight out into a pan, and you won't get it on the chassis like we're having a problem with right now, which this is the case on most motorcycles, mini bikes, stuff like that, and I just completely overlooked it, brother. For that I'm sorry. I'd go down and chase the pipe for you, but everything here is closed due to the weather, so I'm gonna have to leave that one up to you, my friend. But like I said, I'm shipping this thing without oil, and I'm gonna make apparent, very apparent when we pack it all up. You'll know that when it gets there. We will send the oil for you to put in the motor. Now I've already done what is it, 1, 2, 3 oil changes on this thing within probably inside of about 2 hours worth of run time. And so it's all good there. I just can't believe I forgot about this. But anyway, it's not a killer. I'm going to repaint that white star too on there. I tried to touch it up a little bit, got outside the lines. I didn't know it looked like the way it looked, so we're going to re-stencil it, do it the right way. But anyway, I did want to mention that to you, and we'll be back here with some more info in a little bit, brother. Okay, buddies, before I forget, there is a extra carburetor spring in there, and your air filter, and 1 can of paint, and then there's your white and a camo. You got 2 cans of camo, white paint, and the stage 1 upgrade air filter is in here. Everything for the trailer, the front end, everything is in here. Alright, we need to find a place to put that one here, brother. Find a good tight spot for it. And then we've got to get oil. So, you know, you're definitely going to have to do a little bit of touch up on the green. It's just kind of nature of the game with what we're doing here. But getting ready to get to work with the wood now and get this all boxed in. Okay, buddy, so I was hoping to been able to do more in the video department while I was doing this, but problem is we've got a big freeze coming in, and we had to get this done. It's already well below 30 here, which in Texas that's death cold, you know, to us. So there is the draw tight. It's sheet metal screwed up to the upper, so you'll have to pull sheet metal screws and cut them. Everything else is going to be T25, I believe, to just start unscrewing this thing. I know that we are over our height and we are over our weight. To make it safe, that's just what we had to do. So I will cover the overages. That was on me. Hey, can you pop that off? My hands are just done, dude. I don't have anything left in my grip. There we go. Take these up to the shop.